Welcome to this product demonstration video for the UK Drug Testing 12-in-1 urine drug test cup system. The cup system is exactly as it says on the packet. It is a collection cup system with an integrated 12 drug plus adulteration plus test strip feature. Now on this one we've removed the window in the centre of the cup, which would normally be covered once you got them out of the packet, to show you how the drug test membranes are loaded in here. On the very end you have the 3-pad adulteration test. Now adulteration test strip is a little bit of chain of custody which just checks that the sample that somebody's put into this is normal strength, undiluted, uncontaminated human urine. So you're looking at 3 parameters on this particular product, and you get an interpretation card with the colour changes that you would normally expect to see on the adulteration pads for normal strength urine. So that's an inbuilt little bit of chain of custody. At the other end is an LCD or liquid crystal temperature test strip. Again, you're looking to check that this is within this range from 32 to 38 degrees. Now that would what you would expect a freshly produced out of the bladder urine sample to be at once it had been peed into this cup. So again, it's a little bit of chain of custody just to check that it's not been diluted with cistern water or toilet water, hasn't been substituted with urine that's been stored in a bag or pouch and brought in for the test. So first checks before you interpret this as accurate, if you're not doing directly observed sample collection, would be to check the temperature is within that range on a green scale, and that the adulteration tests indicates that it's normal strength human urine. And then at that stage, this particular product is loaded with these 12 drug groups, and if we just run you through these. MOP is your opiate screen, MDMA is your ecstasy screen, COC, cocaine and crack cocaine, THC for cannabis, hashish and marijuana, AMP, amphetamine or speed, methamphetamine, crystal ice, MTD is methadone, BAR is barbiturates, BZO is benzodiazepines, KET is ketamine, veterinary anaesthetic that's increasingly abused by kids, TCA is all tricyclic antidepressants, and BUP is buprenorphine, commonly used in the field for treating opiate addiction, but it is increasingly abused itself. Now you will get individual results for each of those 12 drugs once this test is filled with urine, and to run the test it's simply a matter of removing the lid, giving it to the donor to take to a toilet facility and to produce a sample into it and then to secure the lid. Now the minimum urine level that you're requiring is only about there. It's a very small sample, so unless somebody's got real problems with producing a urine sample, there's no need to fill it beyond that point, okay? And ideally we would advise you to advise them not to fill it more than halfway, okay? So you're ideally looking for a sample somewhere between that level and that level when flat. There is an area on the side for ID in terms of your donor name and the date of the test, and then the interpretation of the results is simply interpretation of the control and test line against each of these drug abbreviations, reading test results as negative or positive. If no control line is formed, it tends to indicate that there's either a problem with the loading or absorption of the test membrane, or inadequate urine has been added to the sample in the first place. So that's a very nice, neat testing solution. It screens for the biggest selection of drugs available anywhere in the UK that we're aware of in terms of its coverage for drugs of abuse. So it's a comprehensive drug screen covering both the common and some of the more rare drug groups that you're going to encounter in drug screening. The sample has to be added, and then a time guide estimated from the time that the urine is actually produced into the cup. Now the other design of cups are what are called split key cups. Now the 12 drug cup isn't a split key, so there's no separation of the sample. Once the sample is added into this cup, you need to estimate your start time for your read times. And the read times on this from manufacturer's guidance is between 5 and 10 minutes from the time that the urine is actually added into the cup. So when it comes back to you, it's usually about a minute old anyway. What you will normally see is once you peel this label off to show the membranes in here, quite often the pink dye is already travelling up these test membranes. The idea once that's starting is just to sit it flat until you've got all 12 test line and control lines showing. Okay, and at that stage, if you have got test lines showing in the presence of all control lines, then you've got all negative results and no further action is required. If you're screening in a workplace or healthcare setting and you're getting a positive indicator of any single drug group, we would recommend that you then move to a confirmation service or system to actually specifically identify that that drug is what you think or suspect it is from your near patient screen, and actually measure the levels of the drug in that urine. So that would mean moving to a collection of sample, going to a gas chromatography, mass spectrometry, laboratory accredited service, which will give you that confirmation test on any positive results. This is the UK Drug Testing 12 drug cup test. It's available from the UK Drug Testing website. It's available individually and also in cartons of 25 and 100 tests.